Hi guys, Dr. Christy Ennis. Today we're going to go through a nice, simple flow to help release strain through the pelvic floor. So this actually involves hip mobility, some of the back as well. We don't often think about those muscles playing a role in our pelvic floor muscles, but they do. And if you have tight pelvic floor muscles, they can cause back pain, they can cause hip pain, even pain with penetration, things like pain with intercourse, or even sometimes just putting a tampon in. So we're going to get a nice little flow going to help us feel a lot better, actually in all of these different areas. Before we start that, I want to make sure that my hips are as loose as I can get them. So I'm going to use my derma edge in through the inner thighs and in through even some of those glutes and piriformis to get that blood flow going a little bit more, get those layers gliding a little bit better so that as I go into this mobility, I'm going to move a little bit better too. And let's get started. All right, start with those feet together. We're going to drop those knees open and then bring them together. So a little loosened up with the derma edge. Now we're going to get a little bit more mobility and flow going with just a few, again, movement-based exercises here. So this, you should actually start to feel, obviously, those inner thighs opening up, but you might even feel a little separation right through even where your pubic area is, right through the hips, through the pubic bones. This is a great one to do in general. You want to make sure as we're doing this, you can just follow right along with me. As we're doing this, really concentrate on the breathing component as well. So try to breathe in through the belly and then exhale, let it go. If you find that really hard, you're like, I have no idea if I'm breathing through the belly or not, really think about exhale as much as you possibly can till there's nothing left. And then when you go to breathe in, you're going to automatically breathe in through that belly. We're going to do one more like this. We're going to keep our feet nice and wide. And I'm going to bring my knees towards the side and press into one of these hips. Open up those hip flexors as well as the rotators of the hip. Some of those pelvic floor muscles actually do those rotation movements as well. And when the hip flexors are tight, it's pulling on the spine, especially right where some of those pelvic floor muscles attach to the spine too. So they're all so related to one another. Remember, this should all feel good. So besides that breathing, you want to think, let everything go. Sometimes it's easy to try to keep tension through that pelvic floor. We don't even know we're doing it necessarily. But if you need to, actually start with a little bit of woo, tighten, and then just go you can make that noise. It helps a little bit. But that helps to really make sure that you're allowing all of these muscles to relax at the same time. And oh, that feels so good, especially in those hip flexor muscles. And we're going to move on here right now. So I'm going to bring one knee up towards my chest. I'm going to let the opposite leg kind of flop open. And then I'm going to take this knee and bring it towards the armpit and then towards the opposite shoulder. So again, working on opening up through that whole hip area and clearly down into the pelvis as well. We can't really separate those. And a lot of times people don't think of these exercises to help all the stuff that's going on in their pelvis, but it makes a huge difference. And I can tell you this from my own experience for sure. We're gonna get one more on this side. And then we're switching it up other side. Same idea, I'm gonna kind of flop that leg open. Right leg's gonna go towards my right armpit and then towards the left shoulder. So obviously opening up through the inner here, and then as I bring it across, more into that piriformis and those glutes here. Good. Nice and slow and controlled. One more on this side. Awesome. And then I'm going back onto this leg. Hands are going to go around that thigh, and we're going to stretch those hamstring and calf muscles out. And now this one we're going to hold. We should be nice and warmed up, and we're just going to breathe into it. And again, really think about exhale all the way, thinking about that pelvic floor relaxing and coming down too. And then go ahead and breathe back in, and you'll naturally use that diaphragm. We're going to stick with this side for the next one, and then we'll switch to the other side. I'm going to do that figure 4 stretch, which you've probably seen me do. I love it. So crossing one ankle over the thigh. If this is enough of a stretch, you stay here. You can always bring that knee across towards the opposite shoulder. And then a little bit more of a stretch is bringing that thigh up towards the chest. If you want even a little bit more, you're gonna rock it over to the side. So please remember that stretching should be comfortable. It is not no pain, no gain for these. You wanna feel a nice gentle pull, and that's it. And we're holding here. Yay, should feel good. Back to the center. I'm gonna put that foot down and I'm just gonna press open that knee, and you're gonna feel a little bit of a different stretch here. Again, remember, really focus it on that breathing and just let it go everywhere, really, right? That we're not working. And that's sometimes the hardest part. Good, switching sides. Hands underneath that thigh. Go ahead and straighten that leg up as best as you can. If your knee doesn't want to go all the way straight, don't force it to do that, just until you feel a nice gentle stretch behind that leg. And again, just think, let go. The word I like to use is surrender. Not everybody likes that word, so you have to find the word that works for you, but that's the one that makes my body just go, oh, okay, I don't have to hold on to anything anymore. Cross that ankle over that thigh. And then we're going to bring that left thigh up towards the chest. Again, you can rotate a little bit off to the side. Again, feeling good. If need be, you can always take a strap or a towel underneath the leg if it's difficult for you to lift that leg up, but the stretch itself feels good. Same thing applies with that hamstring stretch that I just showed you, right? If you need to, towel or strap under there. And then go ahead and open up that hip. Excellent. And we're going to end with one last stretch, similar to what we did in the beginning by those feet together. But this time we're going to let those knees drop open and we're going to let them stay open. You can add a gentle press here. If this feels like a good stretch, but maybe a little too much on your hips, you can certainly add blocks or pillows right underneath there. And just focus in on your breathing as we end up for the day. Nice job, everybody.